Welcome back to Linda's Pantry. This morning I'm making breakfast, and instead of the pancetta that I love in the waffles, I'm gonna make lemon ricotta waffles. So I'm using ricotta cheese. Oh boy, and here goes the dogs. Same ingredients except for ricotta cheese and some lemon juice. And I would use a lemon zest, and I thought I had a lemon, but I'm out. And breakfast is here, so I don't know what else to do. I'm just gonna make it this way, and I use this great Italian volcano lemon juice. It's delicious. I quite often will make lemonade with it, and you'd think it was fresh squeezed every time. So I want a cup and a third of flour, a cup and a half. It really, it's, you know what, it doesn't matter. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. About a half a teaspoon of salt. I always use kosher or sea salt. And we're just gonna whisk that together. That's our dry ingredients. And this would be the point really where the lemon peel would kind of go down. I'm bummed. Oh well, what do you do? So I've got to melt some butter right now in the microwave. I've got 4 tablespoons of butter that I'm gonna melt down. And wait a minute, I want to go back to it. Smelt, okay, and start. I want to melt the butter and get that going. I've also got milk. Now I'm going to use fat-free milk today because I've got the ricotta cheese, and it's a part skim milk cheese, but it still adds that freshness that and liquid factor. So I'm going to do 2/3 of a cup of milk. It's truly up to you what kind of milk you use. You could use buttermilk. Buttermilk waffles are fabulous. Okay, the butter is done. And I'm going to let that cool a little bit because I'm going to actually, I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to temper the eggs with that. I'm going to beat those 2 eggs up. Fresh eggs. And we need a teaspoon of vanilla. Somebody used my vanilla and spilled it all over the outside. I need to wash it. That right now. Okay, so I'll get these out of the way. I also have lemon juice that's going to go down in here. So, a tablespoon of the lemon juice. And I would want the zest of 1 whole lemon in here also. It just gives it such a bright, delicious flavor. Now, you can go a bunch of different ways. I've made them using orange juice, orange zest, and little mini chocolate chips. And I'm not going to really measure the ricotta cheese. I'm going to give it a nice big old slab of ricotta. About, I'm going to say 1/3 of a cup. So we're equaling what we, up to a cup of milk. And kind of just get that worked in there with the milk. It helps break it down a little bit. A little bit, not a whole lot, because it's cold. So maybe I'll put a little bit of that cold ricotta in with the butter, and we'll get those eggs tempered up. And this is going to be so good, you guys. Ooh, yummy. Okay. Now you notice I didn't separate the eggs and do all that. You know, the ricotta cheese really makes it a really fluffy recipe, so I didn't really feel a need. So you're just going to get that all beaten up, just like so. And now I don't see any spots that look like they aren't all together. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the mixture. Now remember, you see pieces of the ricotta cheese, but that's it. No eggs have been curdled in this attempt. All right. And probably I'm going to try to get this done with a spatula to begin with. This all worked in with the flour and the salt and the baking powder. And then we're ready to put some waffles on. Actually, I'm going to let these rest. And I don't know that I mentioned that in the last video. You should really let your waffle batter rest about, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to go take a quick shower and let this rest, and then we'll be throwing some waffles down. And it looks like I'm going to need a little bit more milk. It's too thin or thick of a batter for me. So I'm going to add some waffle. I probably had a little more flour than I thought too, because I didn't really accurately measure. But that's the nice thing about once you've become an experienced cook, you can eyeball stuff and know whether it's right or not, and know how to make a really good mess in the kitchen. Anyway, all right. So let's add some milk down. And there you go. It's starting to get there. A little bit more. Yeah, I'm quite sure I had too much flour. So that was probably closer to 2 cups of flour. Which is okay. We'll just make more waffles. Oh, you know what? I forgot one of the main ingredients. As I make a mess. There we go. Now we're talking. Now I'm happy with it. And you don't want to mix it too much, because then you end up getting all the glutens worked in too much. So let me grab, because it's going to make me crazy. I love these multi-surface wipes, but now they've got some that are scrubbies. They have scrubbies on them. So they're a little rougher. I don't know if you got any spots you can't see, which this granite, oh my gosh. Stuff you go, and these are the disinfecting wipes, so they're really nice. Okay, I forgot the main thing that's gonna make it taste a little bit sweet. So a little measuring, I've got some regular sugar, and I use about 3 teaspoons, so I'm gonna do 2 of these, and we'll call it good. All right, mix that batter up. There we go. And that's really all I need to do is incorporate that together. I want a little taste, just make sure my, wow. I can taste the vanilla. I think I want a little more lemon juice. I can taste the ricotta cheese, very rich background, but another teaspoon of lemon juice. I want that bright lemony flavor. And at this point, you're being very gentle with that batter. Perfect. Wow, those are amazing. I can tell you already that's going to be so good. All right, you guys, I'm going to take you over to the cooking station, and we'll get cooking on these. Okay. Okay, I'm over here. I've let this batter rest. It's already starting to kind of puff up a little bit, and it just helps the baking powder start to activate. So I'm going to get moving on these. Let's see if I can make a big old mess. Hopefully. I cleaned up the other one. Really could use not a new one. So you really only need about 2 tablespoons of batter, to be quite honest. Because that first one's a little big. I can already see it. groove on here. So you've got it on medium to medium high, depending on your range. Okay, see how they're puffing up? So let the pan do the work. This makes a lot. The other recipe that I did for you guys made 21 of these little guys. To me, that's plenty. I'm going to make these for the girls at work tomorrow. And I'm going to bring them breakfast, surprise them with some breakfast. So there you go. I'll wait for those. And I think I'm going to get a different spoon just so I can control myself a little better. There we go. And then I'm looking, and like this one right here, I could use a little bit more. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. This is a non-stick surface on this pan. I got this at Kohl's on sale and a 30% coupon, but it is a Bobby Flay waffle pan, and I bought it because I wanted to be able to cook without, do waffles without electricity, basically, or, you know, when we go camping and that kind of thing. So, that being said, I love it. It does a really nice job. There was a little learning curve to it on, you know, how hot to have it, which there always is. I mean, you've got any new appliance, you're going to have some kind of learning curve to the whole mix. So, I do spray it with a little non-stick cooking spray. And of course, you know, you've got butter in there, so that helps also not stick. Let's see, let's check this first one and see how brown. It's getting there. There's kind of a, you don't want to turn them too quickly, or they're not brown enough. You don't want to turn them, you know, too late, or they're too brown and they're already done on this side, and I don't want that. So anyway, I'm going to get to turning. I'll bring you back when I've got them turned. All right, you guys, this is the end result of these waffles. Uh-oh. This is the first batch. I'm not going to torture you through the whole batch, but I'm going to get some, I've got some lighting issues this morning. It's so early. Pure maple syrup down. And, you know, pure maple syrup, it's got such a rich flavor. You don't need a lot. I'm really, maybe a tablespoon. It's plenty. The waffles have sweetness to them, you know. Do as you want, as you like. I mean, everybody likes something different. I like a little confectioner's sugar down on my waffles, just a little. And then I've got a little bit of butter, but I'm gonna take a bite here for you. We'll get this one. Yum. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, wow. The brightness of the lemon and that rich ricotta cheese. Oh my goodness, that's really good. That is so good. I can tell you that I truly hope you try this recipe. It is delicious. It's going to be hard to stay out of these. Okay, I'm going to have to give these to my husband before I eat them all. Okay. Well, I hope this inspires you to step outside the box. Take a recipe and tweak it a little bit and test out something else that sounds good to you. This was simple and easy. It changes up the everyday waffle recipe to something really special. And, you know, it breaks up monotony. One little ingredient change or two little ingredient changes could be all it takes. So I hope it inspires you. I hope you rate and subscribe to my videos. I've got a big lineup coming up, and I hope that if you really like it, I get a thumbs up and a post on Facebook. All right, you guys, God bless.